Cereal time, cereal time, cereal time, whoa.
New Kellogg's Apple Jacks. Oh, wow.
And it doesn't taste like apple.
What's up, cereal heads? Today we're going to talk about Apple Jacks. Now I know I've already done a video about this cereal and the history of it, but today we're just going to focus on one particular box from 2003. I know, there's still tons of cereals I haven't talked about, so why waste the video talking about a cereal that I already covered? But I came across this box of Apple Jacks on eBay and it reminded me of the wild ad campaign that Kellogg's did in 2003, which resulted in them adding blue carrots to Apple Jack cereal. So I couldn't resist making a short little video about this box. So don't worry, there's plenty of time for me to cover all the other cereals. I'll get to your favorite cereal eventually if I haven't covered it yet, I promise. I'll be doing cereal time until I'm old and gray, don't worry. But today, let's delve into this ridiculous version of blue carrots Apple Jack cereal. To go on this journey, we're gonna have to take a look at a handful of commercials, some of which are very spotty and poor quality, so please bear with me. First, let's start back in 1999, because up until then, Apple Jacks were just orange colored loops. That's how they've been forever, but in 1999, they added green loops to the mix. Take a look at this commercial introducing the new green Apple Jacks.
Check this out. Stare at the little black dot. Keep staring. Keep staring now. And what do you see? Cool, huh? A green ring. When you pick up a box of Kellogg's Apple Jack cereal, you'll find them all over the place. New green Jacks. They're part of a complete breakfast. Apple Jacks. We see what we like.
And with that, Apple Jacks became the combo of green and orange loops that we know and love today. Okay, now let's fast forward a few years to 2003. Apple Jacks is looking for a new marketing ploy to spice things up a bit, so what do? They start an online poll to ask kids if they want to change the flavor of Apple Jacks to change them to taste like apples. So, two things. One, I don't have any commercials for this ad campaign or any screenshots from the old Apple Jacks website. Those have all been lost to history. Two, turns out it came as a surprise to some people that Apple Jacks didn't already taste like apples. But they don't. They have a cinnamon taste to them. However, it doesn't mean they don't use apples. They definitely do. In fact, apple juice concentrate and dried apples come ahead of cinnamon in the ingredients. Those red specks you see on the pieces are dried apples. But the apple taste just isn't there front and center. So anyway, Apple Jacks asked kids to vote to see if they should change the cereal to taste like apples. Now this was never actually a vote or something they planned to do. It was just step one of their ad campaign. As you'll see in this blurry commercial, the kids voted to keep the flavor the same.
You can't change Apple Jacks.
What?
See, kids don't want them to look or taste like apples.
But 2,000 boxes of those just left.
What? If you discover a box of these new all-red Apple Jacks with a certificate inside, you can win $100 or even $10,000. See applejacks.com for details. Let's get on it.
For a free certificate, right? Ask parents permission to log on and we'll enter if you move in.
Oops, looks like Apple Jacks executives messed up and shipped out 2,000 boxes of all red Apple Jacks. If you found one of those boxes, you could win up to $10,000. I don't remember this part of the campaign and never saw one of those boxes. They never even turned up on eBay years later. And I'm a little curious if those winning Apple Jacks were actually red colored, or were they just the normal orange Jacks and regular Apple Jacks and the executives were just colorblind? Because Apple Jacks are orange. We all agree on that, right? Anyway, I'd love to find one of those boxes from 2003. So that ad campaign came and went. Somewhere someone won $10,000. Probably, who knows. But they quickly moved on to the next phase of the marketing campaign.
Go ahead.
Okay. We'll never make Apple Jacks look or taste like apples again, even though I don't get it. But my bosses still want something new to happen to them. So, can you help me out here?
You heard the man. The taste stays. But you can go to applejacks.com and tell them what shape you'd like them to add to Apple Jacks. Blue carrot, brown banana, or orange disc pieces. What's your call?
I'm ready.
Tell them where you're at with Apple Jacks.
Ask parents permission to log on.
So, you could go to the website and vote for what you want the new Apple Jacks piece to be. Instead of the green loops that have been going strong for a few years now, you could vote to change that shape to either blue carrots, brown bananas, or orange discs. Personally, I think they stacked the deck with this vote and never intended to produce a cereal with brown bananas or orange discs. Who in their right mind would vote for either of those two? This was never even a competition. Everyone knew what the winning piece was going to be, and sure enough,
the wait for Apple Jacks news drags on.
Go fish.
It's here.
All right.
Thanks to your help, Apple Jacks will now feature blue carrot pieces.
Same Apple Jacks taste?
Yup.
Kellogg's Apple Jack cereal, part of a complete breakfast.
Apple Jacks with blue carrots. Is life good or what?
So Blue Carrot won, and this was the box they released. So up top there it says the new shape is, and then you got blue carrots here. You can see them mixed in with the cereal. On the side of the box it reminds you it's the same great Jack's taste. No apple taste, no carrot taste. Let's take a look at the back of the box real quick. So nothing about the actual cereal or this ad campaign, just some Cartoon Network tie-ins, some Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, and Johnny Bravo. The side of the box had a little thing for Eat and Earn, the Kellogg's promotion where you could win prizes by eating Kellogg's cereals. I discussed Eat and Earn in the Atlantis cereal video if you want to know more about them. All right, let's open this box and take a look at Apple Jacks Blue Carrots. So here's what a bowl of these Apple Jacks and blue carrot pieces look like. You can see the unnaturally blue carrot pieces there. Gotta say, it's not super appealing. I mean, obviously not now when the cereal is gross and stale 15 years later, but even at the time, I feel like they missed the mark with this ad campaign. I mean, come on. Are people gonna rush out to stores to buy new Apple Jacks with little blue log-shaped pieces in them? It just doesn't seem like it was really well thought out. I mean, I appreciate them trying a new and different ad campaign. It's just, well, this ain't it, Kellogg's. And clearly they were looking for something fun and different for this cereal because while these blue carrot boxes were still on shelves, they started their next ad campaign. In January of 2004, they started running these ads.
January 2004, kids nationwide find Jack shapes in their Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks aren't supposed to look like Jacks. They changed the shape of Apple Jacks?
Help is on the way. You can work with the HAIS, the Apple Jacks Investigative Squad, to uncover who's doing this. At applejacks.com, you'll find suspects, clues, inside info.
We need your help so Apple Jacks can stop making sense again.
Ask parents' permission to log on.
We gotta stop this.
So before they were even finished harvesting all those blue carrots, they were already adding green Jack shapes to Apple Jack cereal. As you see in that commercial, you can work with the AJIS, the Apple Jacks Investigative Squad, to find out who was adding these green Jacks to the cereal. This was an interactive campaign where you went online and solved clues on their website. There were 2 follow-up ads that revealed who the culprit was. Enjoy.
June 2004, the Apple Jacks Investigative Squad grinds on.
With your help, we're down to 3 suspects. Our hunch is top line.
He wanted to prove his theory about kids wanting AJs to make sense.
Nope, Dr. Grainmill. They missed his brainchild and he wants to fix it.
And I'm thinking mischievous. Sensible, serious, everything Apple Jacks isn't.
It's one of them. You can find critical new clues at applejacks.com and on Pack.
This is the final step.
We need your help now more than ever.
Ask parents' permission to log on. July 2004. Your work helps bring the Jack shapes in the Apple Jacks case to a shocking close.
We just had to make them make sense.
Mischievous.
Can you explain your actions?
Were you acting alone?
Did you have accomplices?
Why'd she do it? How?
Good questions. But thank goodness, good old Apple Jacks are back.
Listen up. A free DVD will link you to pictures, details all the answers. It's on specially marked Kellogg's Apple Jacks, the cereal that's once again the Jackless part of a complete breakfast.
Thanks to you, we've got our Apple Jacks back.
So that was it. The case was closed. It was mischievous, but you could get a DVD on select boxes that would explain more details about why she did it. I'd love to see that DVD, although I doubt any collectors cared enough to keep it. Finally, by the end of 2004, they had stopped with a silly, different shaped pieces gimmick and spiced up the cereal in a much better way by introducing 2 new mascots who are still with us today, Cinnamon and Bad Apple. Here's the first commercial from the end of 2004 featuring these 2 awesome mascots.
When you pour a bowl of Apple Jack cereal, Sweet Cinnamon races to you.
Time to go.
But there's a Bad Apple who's trying to get there first.
Here I come, I am Cinnamon.
Those are my Apple Jacks!
Booyah! Apple Jacks don't taste like apples.
Knock, 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 knock!
Because the taste of Sweet Cinnamon
Is the winner, man.
a cinnamony part of this complete breakfast.
Hello, they're called Apple Jacks!
Cinnamon would get his own cereal in 2013 called Cinnamon Jacks, with Jack-shaped pieces flavored with brown sugar and cinnamon. Those are the same shaped pieces that first appeared in Apple Jacks back in that 2004 ad campaign. This cereal didn't last very long though. But thankfully, as I said, Cinnamon and Bad Apple are still with us today. And Apple Jacks is still a great, underrated cereal. So that's pretty much all I've got. I hope you enjoyed a little early 2000s Apple Jacks trivia. These marketing campaigns get lost in the sauce and forgotten sometimes, so every once in a while it's fun to take a trip down memory lane and relive some of the more fun, creative times when cereal companies were more inventive. Even if this Blue Carrots one was kind of a missed opportunity. The ad campaigns and gimmicks were still fun. I wish we had more of that these days. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for Blue Carrots. As always, thank you for watching. And until next time, stay crunchy. And remember, Apple Jacks is Justin Timberlake's favorite cereal.
Cereal time.